Okay, so let's find our comfortable seat. Grounding into the floor. Arriving in our space. Maybe bringing hands to the lap or any mudra that might feel right. Shoulders can be up, back, and down. Let's allow our breath to bring us into the present moment. Maybe it's the first time today that we've paid attention to our breath. So we give that attention and awareness to the breath. Arriving here at our align and restore. This first half is that movement which requires some effort. And the second part is that surrender. So we have a quote from Baron Baptiste today to guide our practice. He writes, "Giving up control has little appeal in a culture of high achievers. But consider that through surrender, there is the possibility of discovering a whole new kind of power beyond any that you can muster up yourself." But consider that through surrender, there is the possibility of discovering a whole new kind of power beyond any that you can muster up yourself. So our align and restore is a really beautiful illustration of that power, kind of the first half, and surrender of the last part. With the auspice of this quote, maybe bringing that into our awareness to the front of our mind more and more, that we can have power and we can have surrender. They can work together. So maybe holding out that right hand of power. Maybe opening up our left hand and holding it to represent surrender. That power and surrender. And then bringing them together, yoking them together in prayer position in front of our hearts. Maybe feeling the beating of the heart vibrating against the thumbs. As if the heart were discovering the power and surrender as one in support of each other. Let's soften our gaze, soften our hearts. Feel that strength and power in our seated position as we hold ourselves up and ground into the earth. And let's bring our hands forward to the earth. Come into child's pose for just a few breaths. Just kind of humbly bowing to that idea of yoking power and surrender. And planting that seed in our hearts. Now one more breath. And on an exhale, let's press right up to downward facing dog, feeling that power in this shape and that surrender within, bringing us right here, right now, into our practice. Chest reaching for the tops of the thighs, heels reaching for the floor. They might not touch, maybe they do. And we'll breathe here a few more rounds of breath. Arriving in our space. Let's inhale, step our feet forward to the front of the mat. And then when you're ready, rise all the way up to stand. And bring those hands together again, symbolizing that union of power and surrender. May that bring some levity to our hearts. Maybe even a little bit of heck yeah to our hearts. And we don't have to choose, we can be in both. Let it empower. Let it liberate. And let's exhale, ground into that left foot. Bring that right knee up in front of the hip and extend that leg long. Flex the toes towards the face. Strong left leg. Nice. You can always bend that knee if you want, or keep it straight. Let's exhale and hinge forward, send that leg back, hover the heart, reaching through the heel, nice and strong through the leg. And then bring that knee in and send it forward, kind of tick-tocking through, flexing to the face. Good, and let's send it back, hinging at the hips, right leg back, heart parallel with the floor. And then exhale, lower that foot, turn that heel down, foot turns towards the long edge. And let's find our arms in any variation of our warrior two. They can be on the hips or they can be extended outward. And then find that power, find that surrender. Bring them together. Let's over that front finger, breathing in and out. And then exhale, turn the gaze in the same direction as the hips. Bring the hands together. Again, that power and surrender together. And then open up the arms, follow that left hand over the front of the knee. And then exhale, the gaze and the hands come forward in the same direction as the hips. Then inhale to open out, gaze past that front middle finger. And then exhale, drop hands to the hips, pivot that left foot towards the long edge. Let's fold it forward, sending those sits bones back, the heart towards the floor, and the heart beamed between those legs. Shift the weight into the balls of the feet, maybe. The hands can come underneath the heart, breathing in and out. And exhale. One more breath in. And now let's exhale, walk the hands towards that right foot. Pivot the right foot towards the short edge, bend that knee, and then we'll rise up from the floor to the sky, warrior two, glancing past that right middle finger, past that right knee, really feeling the power. Nice, nice job. And let's exhale, bring the arms together, if that feels right, gazing forward, same direction as the hips. Good. Inhale, extend the arms, the gaze follows the right hand. Another right hand in the gaze, the left hand come to the middle. Yes. And then inhale, extend the arms. Breathe in. Let's exhale, bring that left hand down, that left leg, reach across the sky with that right hand. Nice, keeping that bend in the knee as deeply or as shallowly as feels right for our time tonight. Exhale, bring the arms back, warrior two, extending through the fingertips. And now hands come to the hips, pivot that right foot towards the long end. Then exhale, sink over to the right for our side lunge to the right, Skandasana. Breathe in. And then exhale over to the left, side lunge to the left side. Inhale. Now exhale, lift up to the middle. Legs are long and apart. Inhale, the arms come out. And then pivot that left foot towards the short edge, bend that knee, and drop that right hand down that right leg. Sweep the left arm up and back, right into peaceful warrior. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath in and out. Now exhale, bring that left arm forward, right arm back. Bend over the fingers, straighten that front leg. Now reach that left hand past the toes. Hinge at the waist. Exhale, left hand on the inside of that leg. Really reach for sky. Utthita Trikonasana. Breathe in. Exhale. Notice what happens if you soften the palms. You're not like, flexing that hand. Soften the palms, soften the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, rise through the middle. Pivot the left foot towards the long edge. Pivot that right foot towards the short edge. Now reach over that right foot and find your Utthita Trikonasana on the other side. Breathing in and out. Exhale. A couple more breaths. Bringing that mindful awareness to your space. And breathe in. And exhale, bring the arms back out like a T. Pivot the right foot towards the long edge. Hands come to the hips. Bring those heels in, toes point out. Maybe you heel toe them in a little more and then sink down into goddess squat. Maybe you're not as deep as usual, or maybe you are, but just giving yourself that permission to have as much surrender and as much power. Breathe in. Now maybe drop that right hand along that right thigh, reaching for the ground, and bring the left arm up to sky. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring the arms out like a T again. Maybe we straighten those legs, bring the palms together above the head, and then exhale, hands come in front of the heart. That yoking of power and surrender. Exhale, bend those legs, finding goddess squat. Inhale, bring the hands down and out to the side like a T. Nice. Now exhale, hinge at the waist. That left hand comes on the inside of that left calf and kind of down the middle of the left thigh. The right arm can go up to sky. Breathe in and out. One more breath in. Exhale, arms come out like a T. Straighten those legs. Drop the arms to the thighs. Pause. And let the breath go. One more breath. And then exhale, bring those feet together, maybe heel, toe. Toe comes in, heel comes in, toe, heel. And then we'll find our mountain pose. Breathe in and out. Yeah, step to the front of the mat. Find the earth. Breathe in. And then exhale, ground that left foot, step the right foot back. And then bring that heel down. Straighten the front leg, reach the arms up to sky. Nice, breathe in. Now exhale, bring the right arm in front. The left elbow comes into the elbow crease. Maybe the hands, back of the hands come together. Maybe the palms do. Let's find our pyramid pose with eagle arms. Breathe in. And now exhale, Ardha Paributtanasana. Hinging at the waist, the heart parallel with the floor. Arms parallel with the floor. Breathe in. And breathe out. And now exhale, bend that front knee, step that right leg forward, cross it over the left leg, find eagle legs, and now lift those elbows up, maybe in line with the shoulders. Breathe in and out. That power on the right side of the body, that surrender on the left, coming together. Breathe in. Exhale, let the breath go. One more breath. Exhale, unwrap that leg with control, and then step that right foot back, toes come down, heels come down, and now release those arms. Let them hang down, bring the eyes to a close, and pause here in your pyramid, just standing tall. And then when you're ready, maybe eyes stay closed or you can open them, but step the right foot to meet the left and stand in round pose at the front of your mat, finding some effortlessness in your mountain pose. And then ground into that right foot. Step the left foot back, toes come back, and then the heel drops. With the arms to the sky. The left arm in front, the right arm comes in that left arm. And then find your Garuda arms. Inhale, lifting those elbows in line with the shoulders and the hinge at the waist, heart parallel with the floor. The core is active. Breathe in. Release the breath. Now bend the knee. Let go of the effort in the left foot as you step it up. Bring that left leg over the right. Find Garuda legs. And when you're ready, lift up into your Garudasana. Elbows in line with shoulders. Breathe in and out. And now this time, let's exhale and release the arms first. Bring them out like a T. And now release the legs. Step that left leg back. Now bring the front leg into a bend. And then the arms come down and frame the foot. Step the foot back, finding plank pose, Palakasana. Breathe in. Now let's exhale, lower the knees down, but let the knees hover. Keep the core active. Then straighten the legs, reach through the heels, reach through the crown of the head, hips lift. Exhale, lower down the knees, let the knees hover. And then inhale to lift the knees, reach through the heels, reach through the crown, hips lift. Now exhale, bring the knees mat distance apart. Sit back, child's pose. And see if you can sink into some surrender. Maybe notice where your strength lies in child's pose. Allowing ourselves to familiarize ourselves with the power and the surrender in each moment. Recognizing what it feels in our being to have that union of power and surrender. Let's breathe in. Now exhale, glance up at the hands. Bring that left hand kind of in the middle of the mat. Now reach that right hand behind us. The back of the right arm can come across the low back, and you can drop the forehead down. Or maybe the right hand comes just to the outside of the foot, and you can reach the arm back. It's just kind of stretching out the side body of the left side and stretching out the top of the shoulder of the right side. Breathe in. And now exhale to sweep that right arm up. Place it where that left hand is, and then sweep the left arm behind you. Maybe the left arm comes across that low back. Maybe the back of the hand just reaches kind of towards the back of the mat. Press the right hand down, maybe even kind of gripping the mat with the right fingertips. There's a little bit of power in those fingertips to give that response in the arm and the armpit to open in that side body. Breathe in and out. And then exhale, sweep that left hand forward to meet the right. Now walk the hands back towards the knees. And then bring the knees kind of together and the hand behind you. Now sweep the feet forward. So the legs are long, the sits bones ground. And then get those buttermilk biscuits out of the way so the sits bones are on the floor. Roll the shoulders up and back. Now flex the feet. Inhale to reach the arms to sky. Flex the feet so much, maybe the heels come up. Now bring the hands behind the head. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Feel the side body active. Make sure the shoulders aren't in the ears. They're down. But then the scapula pinch together. Heels lift. Variation of our Dandasana. Keep those heels lifted. Bring the arms out like a T. And then bring the palms together overhead. Press the hands together overhead. Breathe in. And now exhale, surrender as you release those heels down and those hands come in front of the heart. Let out a sigh and pause. Relax the feet. Relax the legs. Relax the heart and the shoulders. Relax the face. Close the eyes. Breathe in. And breathe out. Another breath in. Now exhale, bring the hands down to the thighs. Bring the soles of the feet together. Maybe they're far in front. Maybe they're closer in to the midline. And we'll just come into a seated butterfly tonight. Maybe you want to sit nice and tall. Maybe you want to hinge forward at the waist, leaving that heart as if it were reaching kind of for the front of the mat. If you can't bring the soles of your feet together, bring that left foot in and the right shin in front of it, and maybe just lean forward. And then we'll switch halfway through. Let's see if we can find a little bit of stillness in our hearts, maybe closing the eyes and just feeling into the shape. Seeing what this shape has to teach us about power and about surrender. You have one foot in front of the other, maybe switch out. So the opposite foot is closer, the other foot is in front. And then hinging forward. Just going inward, allowing this to take us into our body. Breathing in and out. And one more breath in. And exhale to bring the shoulders over the hips and then bring the feet nice and wide. Kind of like we did with our wide-legged forward fold. Now it's a seated wide-legged forward fold. So bring the feet as far apart as feels good. We're going to hinge at the waist. So depending on how open kind of your external or internal rotation is on the hips, it's going to kind of determine what's going to feel best for you. So maybe point the toes to the sky, maybe flex them to your face. Then reach the arms up overhead, finding that nice tall spine. And let's exhale to lean forward between those feet. Maybe when you start to feel a little stretch in the back of the legs or in the back, let the hands come down. Maybe you keep that spine nice and straight, or maybe you round the chin of the chest and you kind of spider crawl the fingers out a little further. Trying to keep those feet flexed. And see where there's that power and where there's that surrender. Let's breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in. And let the breath go. Let that breath cleanse. Let it purify. And then let's exhale to bring those shoulders back over the hips. You can lift the hands overhead, or you can keep those hands towards the earth. We'll eventually bring them into our heart space. Keep those feet apart for just a moment. And then let's exhale, bring our legs together. You can bring the hands to the side. Let's cross that right leg over the left, or keep that right foot on the inside of the left leg. Bring the hands just below the knee. Flex the foot to the face. Now pull those hands against the shin and press the shin into the hands, lifting the heart, and maybe the spine straight, the shoulders might lift. Let's breathe in. Now exhale, keep that left hand on the knee, kind of pulling, or like kind of pressing the hand into the knee so the knee doesn't like fall open, holding the foot still. And we'll open up the right arm back and glance over towards that thumb, exhaling to twist. Breathe out. One more breath. And exhale to bring the right hand back to the knee. Roll the shoulders back, shine the heart forward, uncross the foot from the leg, send the leg long, draw the left foot in. Kind of decide if you want it on the opposite side of the leg or on the inside of the leg. And then draw the hands to the shin, press that shin into the hands. The right hand stays glued to the left leg. And then we'll exhale to open up wide towards the left. Flexing the right foot. Keeping that core drawn in. More breath. And then exhale, bring that left hand back to the knee. And now let's pause. Maybe bringing our legs into easy pose. And then we'll sit for just a breath or two. Scan the body. This power and surrender that we just joined together for our practice. And now moving into a period of surrender. Maybe just saying to ourselves, I surrender. And then when you're ready, maybe you bring a blanket on top of your mat. Get your blanket ready, get your props ready. Your pillows, your blankets. And I'm going to start with our bolster on the ground, but see if that's comfortable. It might need to be kind of reclined a little bit, but we're going to try it flat on the floor first. Now, if you have 2 blocks or if you have 2 pillows, put them on kind of beside the bolster. We're going to lie back on the bolster and let our arms on the pillows or on the blocks. So it's going to support our back, but yet our arms aren't all the way on the ground. They're kind of elevated a little bit, and we can either bring our feet mat distance apart. We're going to lie back. What you might want to do, if you have enough blankets or if you have maybe a towel, sometimes it's really nice to do a little roll for the neck. So this is going to take a little bit of setup, but it's really nice. So maybe rolling a blanket or a towel, putting it on that bolster. Okay. And we'll have a blanket to cover up. We'll recline back on the bolster. Those blocks or the pillows for our arms. There's a neck roll for under the neck. The feet can be mat distance and the knees fall together, arms out. Maybe it feels okay to have the legs long. Maybe you have enough props that you can put a bolster under your knees, and if you do, go ahead and do that. But here we have our heart lifted just a little. And maybe the palms are down, and maybe the palms are up. Maybe check in and see what feels better on your shoulders. And just ushering in this restorative portion of class with a few breaths to signal our surrender. Just breathing in and breathing out. Letting go for a day. And maybe inviting in a good night's sleep. And this is kind of like our scrimmage. We're just practicing. With each breath, imagine each cell in the body quieting just a touch. The entire system of your body being able to have a little more ease, to still properly function, but because of this stillness, less stress, more surrender and more power within you, just with the rest. Just rest. There's nothing you need to do. There's nowhere to go except be right where you are. Allow any outside noises to just draw you closer into yourself. Maybe even focus on the sensation within you, maybe the beating of your heart, maybe the pulse in your neck or in your temple or in your thumb. Go within yourself. Allow yourself to let go. The supportive space for letting go. Maybe notice if you're holding tension in your shoulders and just let them melt into the cushion or the bolster. Relaxing your palms and your wrists forehead, relax. The back of the head, rest into the cushion. As you rest your back on the cushion, every muscle between the ribs relaxes and your breathing becomes easier and more fluid. And feel that power of the breath, that healing power of the breath. Feel the prana shifting, moving. Maybe that energy flows from the feet up through the body, or maybe it just flows back and forth, side to side. Now holding this space. Maybe you do this with your eyes closed. You can extend the right leg long. Kind of roll over to the right side just enough to grab that bolster. Drag it towards your feet. Move that blanket off. Bring the bolster towards the feet. Bring the back to the floor. If you had a roll for your neck, you can use it for this next shape. Keep the pillows at your side. Now this bolster, we're just going to keep the feet on the floor and drop that bolster kind of between the feet. So it's kind of on one end, between the knees, between the feet. Now drop the feet over, or drop the knees over to the right. So the right foot's going to be on the ground, the right knee is on the ground, and the bolster is just between the legs, and that left knee kind of rests over. So it's really a subtle kind of movement. So the feet are wide, the bolster's here, and then drop the knees over. It's just a really subtle twist. You can keep those pillows under your arms. Get that blanket over your legs. Yeah, sorry, there's really no way to do this with your eyes closed. But we're going to settle right back into that space. In the middle of the night, sometimes if we can't sleep, just putting a pillow like this between the legs might just do the trick. Just drop into the space. Feel the back on the floor, supported by the floor. Soften the cheeks and soften the inside of the cheek. The mouth relaxing. Allow yourself to be that power of the human body at work within, even as we surrender and are still. Letting go. If your mind begins to wander, that's okay. Just maybe give it a mantra or allow it to follow the breath in and exhale to follow the breath out. Inhale in and exhale with the breath out. Now maybe on your next breath, just bring that left foot to the floor, and then with that right knee and that left knee, bring that bolster up to the middle, and then drop the feet and the knees. We'll drop the knees over to the left. That bolster between those knees. Feeling that twist on the other side, just a gentle, subtle twist. Maybe intentionally breathing in for 4, and intentionally exhaling to the count of 6. And inhaling for 4, and exhaling for 6. Inhale, Inhale. Exhale. In and out. And in and out. Now, whenever you're ready, you can come into Shavasana. You can stay here for a little while longer, or just make your way into your final resting pose. And as you land in Shavasana, just dropping in and noticing your body on the floor. Your right leg on the floor. Your left leg on the floor. Your right arm on the floor. Your left arm on the floor. Your right hand. Your left hand. The entire back body. Back of the head. Resting on the floor. And maybe just imagine just lying on the beach or the shore, and the wave just rolls over the toes, just right up to the chest and back out. And inhale the wave across the front of the body to the chest. And exhale, the wave goes out. Inhale and exhale. The warmth of the sun, the serenity of the air, and the rest for the body and the soul. Inhale, the wave goes in. And exhale, it goes up. There's nowhere to go and there's nothing to do. Just relax. Relax. allowing yourself to sink into the earth, to be nurtured, to rest in that power and surrender. You can remain right where you are in Shavasana. If you'd like to come up to a seated position, bring in some pranayama and a little sit, you're welcome to. It's your practice. Just allow yourself to do what you need for you. If your hands are in prayer, bring them to prayer. that right hand, that power, that left hand, that surrender. Maybe interlace the fingers so they cross and the hands are interlaced. Just a reminder that we bring the two together, that we live, exist, and function with the two of them working together. That there's power in surrender. Let's exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste.